good morning. And, you know, every time you do something, man, something always go wrong. And it's all right. And you guys are accustomed to a little bit of hitch here and there. And, you know, this is not my full profession, but, you know, I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of everything. So, good morning to you. And it's Saturday morning at 9:05 on VOB. Every morning we do Living with the doc himself. And I got a surprise for you today, guys. Whew. Man, I've been trying to get this lady here for a long time. And I got her, so sit back, relax there, and have a cup of coffee in your right hand. You can't take the coffee, you just drink some green tea, bakes in the left, and some saltfish. Make sure you get all that salt over there. I got two beautiful ladies next to me, and I'm feeling, you feel me, baby? All right, I'll be right back, and we'll talk some more. Trying to think what to give you today. How about Between the Sheets, Amy Whitehouse, and I'll be right back. Yeah, that was Between the Sheets with Amy Whitehouse and cheating, actually. That word, you know, cheating. Yeah, in this day and age, guys, you gotta stay close to the one you love. And, hey, things are not going too well. Work it out, man. Yeah, cheating, the grass outside looks greener. Sometimes it's yellow, so yeah, be careful and watch yourself, what you do. And even if you do things that are irregular, be careful in everything. I'm here this morning, the doc himself. I want to tell you that we give back to the community, and we've decided that we will, the first Saturday in every month, we will give an EKG back to this community. You're 50 years and older, you can't afford to go see the doctor, and you just want to know if something's wrong with your heart. You come the first Saturday between 9 and 12 o'clock at the Sparman Clinic on 6th Avenue, and we'll do an EKG for you, and you take it, and you can take it to your doctor. But, yes, it's the first sign. What is it? It tells you if with 40% accuracy, it's a screening technique actually, to say whether you have heart disease or not. And you know we have a high incidence of diabetes, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, and all these risks, obesity and so forth in this country. So there's a lot of people have silent problems and don't know. EKG is your first step. Today we're going to talk to a diva. Didi. Huh? Sit down, guys. I know you like me to come up with some nice topics for you. It's not only about heart and about kidneys and liver and the brain and stroke and all those things. Life is about living, and we're going to talk to Didi. Good morning. And I've been trying to get you for one or two. Yeah, good morning. Say morning. Say morning.
Good morning, Barbados, and thank you for choosing to VOB. We're glad to have you.
Good. Who you want to talk to? Who you want to say hi to out there? Say hi to somebody special.
My mom, my dad, my sister, and everybody who is celebrating like me the month of April for their birthday. Yay.
So I'm glad to have you here.
I'm glad to be here.
Yes, good. Good, I got you. So, and I got a call from you yesterday, man. I stopped what I was doing. I said, ooh, yeah, you know, I had your phone.
Yeah, busy schedule.
I had your phone tag, you know, and I know it's you, girl. So, no, tell me, I want to go back. We're going to have to break this up into 2 sessions.
Okay.
And a lot of people turn their nose up. A lot of people get very defensive and express all sorts of emotions in things that would happen, whether the children, the brother, the sister, the uncle, the aunt, and so forth. But I have a different approach in life, and my approach is that you should be open-minded.
Yes.
I think that when you have 40 million sperms moving towards one ovum, and you have one of them succeeding, that's a miracle right there. That's what happened, guys. You won your first race with that union of one sperm and an ovum. So that product didn't ask to come in this world. you and your pleasure brought that product over here. So when he or she comes, we should welcome her or him. Now, whatever it is, if you have a child who's got Down syndrome, what do? You have to embrace the child. If you have a child who's extremely mentally retarded, you have to embrace or handicap in any way. So if a child comes out and have a different thought process or orientation, what would you do? Why is that different? Those are questions I want you to ponder upon. And Didi, tell me where you grew up.
I grew up in Richmond.
Richmond.
That's near St. Leonard's, Eagle Hall, in that area. Yeah.
You know, the first time I saw you, I used to come to Switzerland.
Yeah, in Switzerland. I used to work there.
Yeah. And I used to come in there to buy the Rado watch. I wore Rado. And you were always so pleasant, and you always you always outreaching to the customers and the clients and so forth. So it means that there was a joy and some type of bubbling going on in you. So tell me about when you were younger. What was it like? Well, let's go back to like 4 or 5.
Wow.
Yeah,
I was always a bubbly child. You know, never one to not do what I didn't want to do. You know, of course, in respect, you had to respect your grandmother, your father, mother. You know, but I was always me. You know, different, but me.
Why were you mean?
You know, like growing up as a young child, there are things that people thought you should do. And really and truly, for me, if your child, he or she, decides to play with toys that people think are for the other sex, let them play, because they are children. You know, so a lot of people, they go like, oh, you can't play with that because you are a boy, you can't play with that because you're a girl. My thing is, let your child be a child.
What did you play with?
Dolls.
Oh, good.
I was given other toys to play with, but I would always put them up and go like, okay, this is not my thing, but hey, you know, they're just there for decoration.
So you would, when mommy and daddy's got to give you a Christmas gift, you want dolls?
Yes. Or anything fabulous or cutesy, you know.
Is that so?
But hey, yeah.
So you would play with these dolls, and what would your male friends say?
You know, we all, at some point in our life, played with dolls, you know. And some of us stuck to it, and others left it aside, you know. And like there's some people I know who grew up playing with trucks and guns and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool, do your thing. Teach his own, you know.
So you never, even from an early age, you said, listen, this is me.
Yeah, and my thing is, of course, like I said, you have to abide by the rules set by your mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, whoever. But you still have to know yourself. You still have to know where you stand. You know, and as a child, it wasn't about being different. It was always about exceeding at your studies, you know, being the best that you can be. You know, it wasn't about, oh, you're too soft or you're too hard or you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. It was always about you have to take pride in yourself, and what you do should always be done well.
All right. Let's go to age 12. You're in school. You would have been right now by 12 or 13 in secondary school. What, at this point, what type of friends did you choose? In reference to sex?
I've always been with the girls.
With the girls? Okay.
Yes. Of course, you had friends, boys were your friends at school, but the girls always gravitated to me, you know, because, I mean, being fabulous has its advantages.
so you were fabulous since, even at age 12?
Oh, hello.
Well, wait a minute. At that time, the society, though, wasn't something that's...
Well, you had people who would say the usual negative stuff. And growing up, you had to... I was always quick with little sayings. I'm always, I don't know, I guess it's I don't know. And I would always be ready to hit you with it, you know. And I was always, everybody, how do you do that? How do you just come back with stuff? And I guess, you know, and sometimes some people build up this force field. You know, if somebody says something, it bounces off, you know. But there are times when 1 or 2 words would get to you, and you will go like, how can I work with this? How can I, you know, not let it get to me? And you work with it, you analyze it, you feed it, you let it go. You know.
So you always had that from even early.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, there's some people who find it hard to be themselves, and my thing to them is, you know, just live for you. Because if you live for you, nothing else can happen.
So were you able to extrapolate this type of behavior or this thought process, a strong mind into your schoolwork? And
yeah,
you did
my first, mind you, my first term of school was a bit difficult because some people didn't know how to accept me being me, and then you're growing as well. So certain people will be like, "Why are you wearing this? Why do you sound like that? Why do you look like that? Why do you do this?" And of course, children can be cruel, but you have to get thick skin and let them know, well, you know, I am here and I'm not moving. You know. But hey.
When did you speak to mommy and daddy? Or
I didn't have to. I didn't have to. If you can't see, I'm sorry.
You know,
if you can't see, I'm sorry. I was like, okay, that's a little diva. Leave it alone. You know.
But I'm sure at some time, mommy would have said and said, you know, Didi. I find I have fabulous parents. I love my mom. I love my dad. And of course, I guess they dealt with their. I've never had to sit down and talk to my mom and dad about what people said to them about me, because really and truly, it's none of my business what people think about me, you know. And they never came to me, so I was like, you know, okay, that's your child. You love your child. And I find a lot of people need to do that. If you have a boy or a girl who is different, or, you know, who wants to live their life for them, love them. That's all it is. And I find people get carried away and go all crazy just because your daughter likes women or your son likes men, or you want to be a woman or you want to be a man. You know, it's crazy. And I find if people say what it is and embrace their children, it will be so different. It will be so different. You wouldn't have the drama. You like naughty by nature?
Yeah, they're cool. They're wicked.
Yeah. You remember that song that came out, OPP? All
that was awesome.
People's property.
Here we go.
And we'll be right back. And we get a break. That was OPP. Other people's property. It could mean so many other things, but for now, that's what it means. Huh? We got Didi, and she, you like that song?
Yeah, that's cool.
We like what I say. You could jam to that.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, that's the type of song you like to jam to.
Work it out.
Just got your head just bopping there, man. You know, and moving with the music and feeling the music and all that stuff. That's really about guys. Every Saturday, you tune in, man. We liven up your Saturday for you. When I'm finished with you, you can go to the market and do all your little stuff, but you sit down every Saturday and listen to me, because what we have here, we talk about so many things actually, and we give you more life. It's all about modification of lifestyle, watching what you eat, watching what you do, running, exercise, sleeping, all those nice things, you know, to keep you living longer. Don't forget, today, 9 to 12, they're starting already, I guess, EKGs, and I'll be right there, of course, and we will get this back to the community. So, 15 over, you're 15 over, you want a free EKG, why not come by first Saturday in every month from 9 to 12. So we're talking to Didi and growing up and so forth, and I'm sure that you would have experienced a lot of discrimination and a lot of bad things said and so forth. Your child didn't ask to come in this world, but you come a certain way. And I just feel as if this is how I feel actually, and I'm telling you from my heart. If someone is born and just you could have derangement in your brain and have some type of psychosis, someone could have some type of schizophrenia and all these things, and you have to accept those children. Why, if you have a child who's born with a different type of view towards sexuality, you have to ostracize them? I got a problem with that. I know, I gotta say it. I'm talking life, guys, and that's how I feel. Because I think we all are children of God, and I feel that we should accept people for black, white, green, just the same way. What do you think? You read about Magic Johnson recently and his son?
Oh, yeah. His son is fabulous.
And he's accepted it. The world is changing, and as the world changes, we have to change. Tell me about some of the discrimination that you would have had as you got out of school and you're about to get into the workforce, you go to an interview there, and you're sitting down there, you're dressed as a female, and what confusion do you see in the person who's interviewing you?
Well, I can't say I've been face to face with discrimination. I know there is, but like when I started working at K Shepherd, I didn't start my transition as yet, but it was still flamboyant. It was still fabulous.
Right.
And I got the job. And my thing is, you have to, as a queen, you have to work 150% to show them that yes, you are different, but you can get the job done. That's what I always tell people. For me, growing up, I always told myself I have to be number one. I can't give 100. I have to give 120, because you know they're going to say the negative, but you have to hit in the back with the positive. You know, like even playing flag or performing on stage, and people will say things, they always do, but at the end of the day, they have to say, "Damn, you were good." You know, even in customer service, you have to give 150%. I always tell myself I treat people the way I want to be treated. You know, and that's why I get mad when you have poor customer service. Like, you were driving to a gas station and they realize who you are and they decide to do something else. That upsets me. Do your job. I don't care what you think about me. I really don't. I'm there to get gas in my car. Do your job. And I find a lot of people, they let you being a different person stop them from doing what they're supposed to do. And it happens all the time. I mean, like, different stories I've heard, even policemen who are there to protect and serve, sometimes they get evil, and I'm like, excuse me, do your job. Do your job. You're supposed to make me feel comfortable, not look at me and go like, oh my God, or say something really stupid. And I'm like, you know, I always find people need to be sensitized to the differences in people. And like you said, having an open mind makes it so much easier. Of course, you're going to meet idiots, you know. And for my thing, for people like myself, I always tell them, live for you.
You ever take part in one of these passions or one of these people?
Yeah, I have crowns.
Is that so? You won a few?
And I find, you know, and people, they go, oh my God, just take it as a show, because the last pageant we had, it was so much drama about, oh, this and the next and third. It's entertainment. It's a pageant. It's a show. You know, that's it.
So what would you, is there any help here for people whom have different type of orientation sexually or identity and so forth? Is there a group here in this country?
Well, there's UGLAB, that's United Gays and Lesbians Against AIDS Barbados, and we have so many different people under our umbrella. I think there's GLAD. That's another organization which I have to look into here as well. And, you know, you come, you chat, you let it out. It's a safe space. You know, you just be you. You know. And the funny thing is, we have straight people within the organization as well who also go through drama. You know, so we're there to help everybody.
Some people, as a matter of fact, would be very, 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 not as outgoing as you are. They're this way, but they just hold it in and live a life that is a lie.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. I do understand. I do understand that. But my thing is, I always tell people, yes, I understand it, but still live for you. You know, I mean, you don't have to do certain things. You don't have to tell people your tea. That's your business. You know, but still live for you. Still, like, if something comes in and you can lend a hand, lend a hand. If you want to lend a voice, you can lend a voice. Nobody has to know it's you, but still be there to help. Don't sit back and go like, okay, I'm not that kind of person. You know, just do what you got to do. So
you go out and, like, in the streets, and you go to daddy, or you mostly hang out with mommy?
Oh, my mom and dad are older, so I don't. I hope with other people. Okay. I know my mother's full. I mean, sometimes you have your moments. You go to different functions. You're your mom or your dad, and it's cool. Next
week when we come back, would you be willing to take a couple of calls and talk to people?
Oh, sure, no problem.
What would you say to the young kid growing up there who's mixed up and has some identity crisis? First, before you answer that question, where would you consider yourself?
I'm transgendered.
Transgender.
Yes.
Got you. Yes. As opposed to transsexual.
Transsexual is when you get the operation.
Okay. Would you want to get that done?
Of course, in a minute.
Is that so?
Holla.
What's holding you from doing that?
there are a few things I need to do first.
Oh, before that.
Before
okay,
you,
gotcha.
you know.
Well, we're coming up to the close. This is Didi. We had
Hi,
Didi.
guys.
And here we got 2 minutes more to go, and I'm going to play a nice song. No One. I know you love that, man. Listen, I could tell what you like, girl. So, what do you want to say right now to somebody out there? Let's say a 14-year-old who's kind of mixed up, scared to speak to mommy and daddy because mommy and daddy would be very, very angry. What would you tell them?
What would I tell them? Okay, first thing first, you have to channel your energies positively. You have to, you know, respect the fact that mommy and daddy might not like what you have to say. And if you can, you know, subtly hint to them, well, hey, or educate them to certain things about you as a person, that makes it a bit easier. But if you know for a fact that you're gonna get a wall, just relax for 2 minutes. You know, just relax and just be.
Love it, guys. Didi, you guys, we all know her. And she'll be back next week, and you can question her too. Not too many, we'll take a few of them, because I want to get you to know her a little more. Thanks for being around and listening to the show, Living.
I want to say hello to Peaches as well. I think she's listening.
Ooh, there, of course.
She does my nails.
And she'll give you a comment, actually. No One, Alicia Cleese, and I'll see you next week.
Bye.